Hello, I'm Mason.
Hi, I'm Gene.
Hey, I'm Christian.
Hello, I'm Vichai.
For our interview, we went to Yang Design and interviewed Lar Yang.
But we didn't always know who to pick.
We knew we needed something we all had in common. We came up with dancers, MMA fighters, and video producers, but we weren't satisfied with our choices.
But we eventually ended up with graphic design.
We then came to the conclusion we had to interview Lar Yang.
This was great because we all are interested in this work field and can learn more from a professional.
We researched some basics in graphic design to learn about the actual field and get a grasp on what might happen so that we could ask good questions.
In the end, we just had to make the cold call.
Fortunately, he said yes to our plan to interview him.
So we traveled there to interview him.
Yeah, so our first question is we wanted to ask you if you could tell about your journey, how you started and where you got.
Oh, okay. Well, I think like most Hmong kids, I really like to draw. You know, back when you're, you always like art. I think probably 10 Hmong kids, there's probably 6 that like to draw or something like that. But I always did like yearbook, and like the different things like that. I didn't know what graphic design was. I just knew I liked to draw. Pretty good visual artist as well. Like I can paint stuff and draw pretty well, all kinds of different mediums like that. Like I said, I started doing yearbook in junior high, yearbook in high school, and then I realized there was probably going to be no money in fine arts, just painting and stuff like that. And then I learned that there was a whole other field called graphic design, which is kind of like taking art but then using it to sell things like merchandising and advertising and stuff like that. So that's when I decided I wanted to get into graphic design, not really knowing much about it. So I decided to pursue that. Went to San Jose State right out of high school, and then I ended up, my family moved to Fresno at that point. That was like 2004. And so, 1994. And then moved here, and then I finished school here. But pretty much when I was going to school, probably by my 3rd year, I was working almost full time and then just going to school part time. Because you just can't really wait to get a job when you're done with school. So I did more work and part time school until I finished. Until the year journey. That's pretty much it. And then I worked on a couple different places, like a print shop, a little small design company, and then I started like pretty much doing all the work, and just having my boss setting the bills. I said, hey, if I could do this, if I could do all this and she's not even involved, I could just run my own business. So I started 2000 I started
As a group, we learned that we need to push ourselves to go farther than before and learn all that we can so that we can succeed.
Because my father always tells me, he says, my mom, he says, so you can't expect to be born and to have all this vast knowledge. If you want to do something, go out and be exposed to things, and then see how far people have come and really challenge yourself to do that.